Welcome. Welcome, everybody. So this is a really exciting one because we're going to be talking about Jophiel. And Archangel Jophiel is the one that actually not a lot of people have heard much about, and not a lot of people know what the major connection of this massive archangel energy is. We've all heard of Michael, we've all heard of Gabriel, healers have heard of Raphael. Of course, Uriel, the angel of the earth, but Jophiel and Zadkiel tend to be the ones, and Camuel, of course, that most people haven't actually heard of. So what I really want to do, because I'm finding it really distracting, is I'm really trying to not see everybody else running along the top of my screen. I wonder how I can do that. Don't know. Okay, well, I'll just leave it as it is then. Okay, so should we start? I'll tell you what we're going to do. What we're going to do first off is we are going to do a very short meditation just to tune into the energy. Then I'm going to describe the energies of Jophiel. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the channeled messages from the early 1950s from this powerful light source, and what this angel says he is, and what he says he is here to do. Now, I feel as if, and I hope I'm right, I feel as if those people that are joining me are absolutely fine with the fact that an archangel has come along and channeled and said, this is who I am, this is what I do. It's not what we've read about in the more modern, up-to-date stuff. It's very much based on the Alice Bailey Ray work that you've all probably heard about, or you've certainly read about if you read my blogs or you read my book, 7 Steps. Here it is, back to front. There it is, 7 steps. I was having a little recce through this because obviously I based this book on it's not in quite as much depth, but I based it on the 7 modules of my Educating Heart and Soul course. Obviously it's different. The course gives you different exercises. This hopefully is a taster of what the course is all about. But I wanted to just remind myself of the creative energy of this as I see it, and then go back to, if I can just show you, I mention this a lot. I mention this a lot in my workshops. I mention it a lot in my talks. This is the beautiful book. It's back to front, but it says the 7 beloved archangels speak. And if you remember, I don't know if you've read Gifts from Angels, but that's kind of my story of how I got into all of this. And I describe how I was staying with a friend down in Southsea. I'd been asking and asking, please show me a sign. This is over 20 years ago now. Please show me a sign that I'm doing the right thing, that this is the work you want me to do, that this is my sole purpose. And I had been tuning into the 7 archangels. And the 7 archangels I was really drawn to were the 7 rays that I'd read my mother write about many years ago in the 70s. I knew that she was very much into the Alice Bailey work, but I didn't know much about it really. And I asked for a sign. And my father became my mentor in my 30s. And he had said, if something is for you, it will almost fall on top of you. And it will be like a message you're so drawn to. Your eyes will be attracted to something, and you know it's like a magnet, and you will go for it. And I walked into this amazing shop in Southsea called Aristia. It's a bookshop and crystal shop. It's now a very famous supplier of esoteric books. And there was a whole shelf of white books with gold lettering like this. I thought, wow. And I walked over to this book and it almost fell off the shelf straight into my hands. The 7 beloved archangels speak. And I'd become a little bit cynical of some of the stuff that had been written in the 80s and the 90s, which seemed to be a bit too, for me, not for everybody else, but for me, it seemed too wishy-washy. It didn't have enough depth for me. It didn't have enough mystery for me. It was kind of telling me what to think. And I wanted to know from a much deeper level what these angels really were. And here was this book, channeled in 1953, which is just fractionally a little earlier than I was born. And it was from some people in an area of the world in Oregon called Mount Shasta. And that's where my mother lived, in Mount Shasta. So there was my mum over in California, Oregon, on the border there, living in Mount Shasta. Here was me. I was working with my father's mentorship, trying to become a divine aspect of the angels so that I could fulfill something that seemed to be my purpose. And there was this book, this little book. I've read it over and over and over. And every time I read one of the channelings from one of the angels, I hear something else. I hear some words that I hadn't noticed before, or I read a message in there that I hadn't really read or understood fully before. And today, when I read the Jophiel message again, I heard it from a different perspective again. And yet I've read it so many times. It is so, so beautiful and so powerful. And so this particular webinar, I'm going to take a bit of a long shot. And you know, these latest workshops that we've planned, I've been saying to Richard all along, I really want to take people deeper. I really want them to connect at a much more intense and direct level. This is truly nothing to do with feathers. It's nothing to do with angels, I want a parking space. You've heard me say this so many times. It's nothing to do with what can I have? I need a partner. I need a new house. I need a new car. No. This angelic connection with this particular angelic being is truly only to connect to the deepest, most profound, and most creative source of pure light. And I'm talking about the density of the sun. I'm talking about the purest light of the source that we call God. And this is what Archangel Jophiel brings. This energy is of the highest, enlightened, most amazing quality. And we can connect to that because that's exactly what he says in here. So I'm going to try to, it's very hard on a webinar because I'm not right here in front of you, but it kind of am in a way. So if you can connect to me through this, I'm hoping to try to reconnect you with not just the angelic realms, not guardian angels, not the ones who are the closest to us in our everyday lives, but I'm going to try and really connect you to the light of what truly is the creation and the light and the source of all creativity and wisdom. And it's the wisdom that Jophiel came originally before human beings, before anything was, I want to say spoiled, but nothing is spoiled, is it? Because it's all choices, it's all humanity experiencing the challenge of what life is in our everyday lives and in our spiritual lives. It's a challenge that we either step up and meet, or somehow we struggle along, we let it go, and then eventually we'll come back to it again. I feel it's like a spiral. I say this, it's rather like DNA. It's like Jacob's ladder. We go up a little, we join it, we go round, we think we get it, we think we've made a step towards ascension or enlightenment, we think we've really had that light bulb moment, and then sometimes we feel we've lost it. Sometimes we feel, oh my gosh, life is full of such challenges. Why is it so difficult? Why is it so hard? That's because we're processing and we are learning to adapt to what we've just taken on board. And sometimes we take a few steps back, don't we? It's like learning to walk. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. This is our human condition, and we all do it. We all do it. We all do it. Do you know, just recently when I was wanting a house, and we found a house, and you know, we thought it was all going through, and my husband kept saying, no, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And I was forging ahead in my true Aries way. And I was saying, no, all these signs are showing us we should have the house. My husband kept saying, no, I'm sure it's not. You teach people to notice the signs. Why aren't you noticing these signs for yourself? But I was misreading them, you see. I saw them as positives, but he saw them as negatives. So he got accused of being glass half empty. But actually, do you know what? In the end, we lost that house. We weren't supposed to have that house. And I learned later from a wonderful friend that actually she felt that it was going to cost us far, far more than we have. So, you know, sometimes, you know, we can wear blinkers even when we have been working with the light. And even though, you know, we teach it, the teacher often teaches what the teacher needs to learn, you know. So now this time I'm being far more receptive and less emotionally drawn in. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to buy into it. I'm going to wait and see and follow the signs properly this time. So we march along, we tune in, we get the creative juices going, and then sometimes the human mind takes over. The human desire to have what we want in life takes over, and down we fall. And then we pick ourselves up and we dust ourselves off. We start all over again, and then we tune back into the light and we say, okay, I'm so sorry, I wasn't listening, show me what I need, show me again, please, show me again, please. Well, we do if we're wise. And Jophiel comes to teach us wisdom. Jophiel is second ray. Jophiel, second ray. Monday, actually. Jophiel is the ray of love, wisdom. And the color of this particular ray is sunshine yellow. Sunshine yellow. So right at the end of the session, or just before the end of the session, I'm going to do a really lovely, longer meditation with that Jophiel energy to take us into whatever it is that's the next step on our journey together, and also on your separate journeys too. So here we are. We've got this angel called Jophiel. Sometimes you'll find it written Iophiel, I-O-F-I-E-L. For me, it's a J, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. As I've said before, it's an energy. It's an energy source. So don't worry too much if you don't remember the name properly. Really doesn't matter. It's the angel of beauty, the angel of wisdom, the angel who enables us to feel wise about things and to go with our creative energy from within, rather than constantly listening to everybody else. You can listen to other people, but in the end, at the end of the day, it's between you and God. It's between you and your connection to source. So, having said all of that by means of introduction, let's just take a breath. I'm hoping there's a few more people who've been joining us. So I'm hoping now that everybody's here. Everybody's here. And I'm going to just describe to you how we can connect with this energy. Then we'll talk a little more about what the Jophiel energy is in terms of how to use that in everyday life. And then I'm going to do a meditation to take you right into that light. And you will meet a being, and you will bring that being towards you. And in that light, you will retain whatever it is, the blessing that that angel will give you. We're going to do that towards the end. Now, I'm very aware that someone has just joined us and they're not muted. So bear with me 2 ticks. I'm just going to go through because I can hear something. Just let me press mute all again. All participants are now muted. It's very clever, this. I like this Zoom. I'm really happy that we're using it. Okay, so is everybody okay? Can you all hear me okay? Is everything okay? You all okay? Just give me the thumbs up. Okay, some blank screens, but that's okay. I'm just flipping quickly through you all. Okay, all right, go back again. So I've got some faces. It's nicer to see faces than blank screens. Okay, I'm going to invite you to just sink into your chair. Just sink down. Make sure your phones are switched off. I'm sure you've done that already. Now, as I said, I'm not in my own house. I'm sitting right upstairs in the loft room of my daughter's house, but we have got some lovely spring flowers, some yellow, which represents Archangel Jophiel. I've got my candle burning away there behind me, and I've got some little pieces of crystal. So we've got some nice pieces of crystal there. And I'm going to sit back in my chair here. I'm going to ask you to do the same. Just breathe. Breathe, breathe. Breathe, relax. If you wish, you can now close your eyes, allowing yourself to be in this moment. Close your eyes, relax, feel heavy. Feel your feet on the ground. And as you breathe down through your body, connect the soles of your feet to the ground underneath you, imagining that you are sending ethereal roots down into the center of our wonderful, benevolent Mother Earth. Breathe your energy down through your body, anchoring, feeling safe, relaxing all your muscles, allowing the breath to flow in and out at your own pace. I invite you to open your crown, your third eye, your throat, and your heart, welcoming the love and the light of beautiful, beneficent beings of the angelic realms and all helpers and masters from above the Christ consciousness level. Breathing that energy down through your body, anchoring it wherever you are sitting, and visualizing it going down through you as a conduit into our earth with love. And I invite you to allow yourself to release, detach and let go from all energy in truth that is not your own. And call back to yourself. all energy and truth that is yours, asking that it be dissolved in this loving light. Breathe the light through your body, and with every exhalation, allow yourself to let go of anything that is not yours. Just say to yourself, I release and detach from all energy in truth that is not my own. I call back to myself energy and truth that is mine, asking that it be dissolved in this loving light. Allow that light source that you are breathing in now, that's coming to you through your crown, through your connection to the divine. Allow it to move through your body and out through your heart. See it as it expands into your aura, filling the room where you sit, filling your own sacred space with loving light. When you're ready, bring yourself back into this space, your space. Adjusting your crown and your heart and your throat and your third eye, adjusting yourself, your auric field, to a place that feels comfortable. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Now, even though it's not a workshop, I still feel a bit responsible for making sure that you're all right. So I'm just going to flick around the pictures, make sure everybody's okay. You all feeling okay? Yes, good. Everybody all right? Give me a little nod. Good. If anyone feels they need, then please have some water. Have some water. Okay, there's lots of blank screens there, so I hope you're all right because I can't see you. Okay. Gosh, look how quickly the time goes. I can't believe it. Okay. So, beloved archangels speak. Archangel Jophiel, this incredible source of light, this incredible creative energy, and the least heard of the 7 archangels, steps from behind the light of the sun. He calls himself one of the sons of the sun. He says he is one of the original creators, one of the original sources of creation. He says that it is he who brings illumination. And by that, of course, we mean the light bulb moments, the understanding, the perception, the wisdom. He says that it is he who brings us our creativity. Now, I'm not talking about artistry. That's more a sort of Gabriel energy of co-creating new things. What Jophiel brings to us is the ability to understand and have a perception of how things work, how things are, how the light is within us. And you know, what's really fascinating for me is that even though this little book was written in 1953, and we think that it's only recently that all the scientists and people, you know, are coming on the telly and they're writing all their stuff, and the Deepak Chopras, the great spiritual teachers, and then the scientists, I can't remember his name now, but the tall, good-looking one that tells us all about the planets. They're telling us that our light, our body is filled with electrons and a light source. Brian Cox, thank you, Esther. Thank you, Dr. Brian Cox. Every cell in our body has its own light source. Every cell in our body has its own electron, every cell. And in this book, the Jophiel channeling says, I connect you through every cell of your body to the light. It's mind-blowing, isn't it? I connect you with every cell of your body to the light. He's not talking about the sunshine. He's not talking about, you know, this room light. He's talking about our true spiritual nature. Our true spiritual nature. He's talking about the knowing. And it's the knowing that is the wisdom. And this is that second ray. And do you remember when I don't know if you joined me last month when I did the Gabriel, and I don't know if you've done the Educating Heart and Soul course, and I don't know if you've read 7 Steps. But you see, for me, Gabriel introduces us. Gabriel is the one that, you know, gives you a quick flick and says, hoi, hoi, come on, come on. And you hear the angels talking to you in a way that is unique to you. So not necessarily through sound, but you are called in some way to change your life in some small way. Gabriel calls us. It may be that you join something, you join a group, or it may be that suddenly someone walks into your life and reminds you of why you are here, or what it is that you're interested in. Somebody helps you to fine-tune your real purpose in life. It may not necessarily be a teacher, but it is a teacher. It may be just someone you were talking to on the bus, or it may be a book that you just picked up, or it may be a song that you heard, but something in some way tunes you back in to the vibration on which you came to earth. Your soul came, it incarnated on a particular vibration. Gabriel reminds us of that. That's step 1. That's step 1. Step 2 is this incredible, powerful light. And the light is Jophiel. So Jophiel helps us to reconnect with that sense within ourselves. You know, when you think about something too much, and it happens. You know, when you're hoping for something with all your heart and you manifest it. You know how you were just thinking about something and lo and behold, the phone rings and somebody offers it to you. Those are when we are manifesting. Those are the things that The Secret is really about. That is us tapping into our creative ability to manifest and to co-create with God and the angels, the angelic realms. That's what creativity is. So it's not about writing books. It's not necessarily about arranging flowers. It's not necessarily about icing cakes. You know, all the mundane things that we associate with creativity. It's that as well. But the real creativity is how you are thinking and how you are creating your reality. So you are either glass half full or glass half empty. And sometimes we swing, don't we? We swing, we have good days and we have bad days. Sometimes when we create something magical, we believe in it. When we don't create something magical and we feel we've lost out on something, we think we're not very creative and we can't do it, don't we? But actually, sometimes when we are co-creating something and it feels challenging, that's also what we're spinning in our web, in our reality too. So we have to be really careful what we tell ourselves. Really, really careful what we tell ourselves. If you've got the course and you've got the recommended reading list, you'll see that there I recommend heartily a tiny, tiny little book, you know, a little book like this, little paperback book, and it's called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. And it's by somebody called Helmstetter. And you can probably pick it up on Amazon for a couple of quid, and I really recommend it. It's what to say when you talk to yourself. That's self-talk. There's loads of stuff about self-talk now, isn't there? There's loads of stuff. If we tell ourselves we're fat, we feel fat. If we tell ourselves we're beautiful, we feel beautiful. If we tell a child it's stupid, it grows up believing that. If we tell a child is kind and sensitive and considerate and absolutely perfect, he'll grow up believing that too, or she will. It's really interesting. What we tell ourselves and what we tell other people is vital. And those of us who are getting on a bit, we can remember the things that our parents or our siblings or our teacher told us, can't we? You know, the things like, yo, you can't sing. You know, you'll never sing. You're tone deaf. Who can remember? You know, we can remember things like that. We can remember things like that. So we have to tell ourselves a different story. Tell ourselves a different story. And the story that we need to tap into is part of the Jophiel message of co-creation based on wisdom. Based on wisdom. So, how do you know if you're wise? Not sure any of us really know when we're being wise or when we're not being wise. But you know, if you're following your heart and somebody's asking you to make a decision and you're doing it because someone else has told you, but deep down inside you think, I'm not so sure I should be doing this. That's the thing to go for. That's the thing to go for. I'm just going to take a sip of water. We can use our body as a dowsing tool. We can use our body as a pendulum. We can teach ourselves a yes, and we can teach ourselves a no. And it takes a while, but we can definitely do it. We can teach our body to recognize whether something is right or wrong. And do you know what? That doesn't sound too far-fetched, because if somebody asks you to do something and you don't want to, how do you feel? Blah. When you really don't want to do something, your body tells you you don't want to do it. But when you really do want to do something, how do you feel? Yay! Absolutely excited, enthusiastic. So those are the things we have to choose more of. The things we really want to do. And that is so hard, because as sensitives, we all want to please people. As sensitives, we all know that we are here to serve. We all know that we are here to fulfill some higher purpose. But that higher purpose could be, the lesson for us in this life could be learning to do what makes our hearts sing, and not because someone else wants us to do it, but that we know in our heart it's the right thing to do. So how? Learn to call to the second ray, to the ray of sunshine, to Jophiel. And whether or not you can remember the name really doesn't matter that much. If you can tap into that angel of wisdom, that's all you need to remember. Angel of wisdom. Angel of wisdom. Help me to discern in my own body whether this is right for me. Remember, the message from Jophiel is, I connect with the light through you in all your cells. And now we know they're called electrons. In all the light cells, in all the cells, in our body, there is light. And that is divine light. So ask your body to tune in through your light cells with the angel of wisdom and ask yourself, show me. Sometimes when I know something is really not the right thing for me, it feels like somebody's standing on my chest. I'm sure you know that feeling. It's a really difficult one. You just think, it's like your chest's going to cave in and you don't know what to do about it. Because that human sensitive you says, oh no, I really should be doing this because someone wants me to. But actually, if you get that feeling, stop and take a pause and just disappear for 24 hours and come back later with a decision. We're all living in this instant world of texts and WhatsApp and Facebook messaging and computer emails, and sometimes we don't get peace. So we have to sometimes disappear for a few hours and then come back later with the response, having tuned into our own body. Learn for yourself a yes. Ask yourself. Try it, How many of you dowse already with a pendulum? Quite a few of you, probably. Yeah, me too. I love it. You have your pendulum and you ask it to show you a yes. Or you ask it to show you a no, don't you? So ask your body. Ask your body. But ask it something simple first. Okay, so let me give you an example because I'm thirsty. So you're thirsty. Ask your body, do I need some water? Show me a sign that I'll understand. Do I need some water? Your whole body goes, yes, I'm so thirsty. Give me a glass of water. Ask your body, should I eat something? Now, this is just a simple physical test. You're thirsty. Ask your body, should I eat something? Ask it to tell you, water or food? And just see what happens. Then try it with something else. Try it with a bigger thing. Somebody asks you to go somewhere, you're not sure whether you want to or not. Ask yourself, tune into the light and say, would it be good for me? Would it be good for me to go there? And ask your body, show me a yes or show me a no. And make a note, how do I feel? Then take it to the bigger things. Should I resign from this job? Should I move on and do something else? Ask your body, how does that make you feel? Don't mistake the no and the yes with fear and anxiety. Ask yourself to discern the difference. It takes ages. This is not something you can do just like that. It takes ages. But ask Archangel Jophiel, ask the angel of wisdom to teach you through your body to feel for the things that are wise for you. Is this part of my plan? Is this wise for me to do this? Show me in a way that I'll understand. Show me in my body. And try making a note. How do I feel? How do I feel? Very, very simple. You're asking yourself. And you know the answers. And you know that if you ask the light source to help you to be creative in your life, to co-create what is wise and what is right for you, and what really feels like the truth and the reason why you are here, and your real purpose. It may not be complicated. It may be just a lesson that's about receiving kindness, or learning to be more open, or maybe just, you know, in a very small domestic way. Maybe you're here to care for somebody, or maybe you're meant to let someone care for you. You know, it may not be that you're meant to be, you know, famous and a politician or something to change the world. Everyone knows the first step is to change something that we are doing ourselves, because big changes come from small changes inside of us. If you want to know the direction, ask Gabriel. If you want to be able to co-create and you need some illumination, enlightenment, it's Jophiel, second ray, angel of co-creativity. Let's just tune in now. And let's meld with the light. Let's blend with the angels of the light and see what we learn from a short, deeper meditation. Let's see what happens as we tune in. Let's see what happens. If you've got the Educating Heart and Soul course, you will have done this meditation yourself. The Jophiel meditation in module 2, enabling you to touch into the enlightenment, the illumination of the angels of co-creativity. Okay, so in case you want to, you could dim the lights, but just relax again in your chair and breathe. Allowing yourself to sink into the chair, allowing yourself to tune in. Take a deep breath and allow your eyes to go to the third eye. Allow your eyes to roll to the space between your eyebrows, the third eye, the brow chakra, where some believe your soul sits. So roll your eyes up into your brow as your body relaxes in the chair and you breathe deeply now. Breathe deeply and call in your mind to the Archangel Jophiel 3 times. And ask, Archangel Jophiel, may I step into your light? And feel the light shining towards you, like the power of the center of the sun. As the angels step forwards, feeling the light, feeling the embrace, feeling the blessing. Perhaps feeling your heart opening. Feel the light of the sun surrounding you. Imagine yourself walking across an expanse of beautiful, soft grass. Feeling the light, feeling the breeze around your face. Sky is blue. Allowing yourself to feel totally at peace with the world. As you walk across this expanse of land, you see someone walking towards you. Imagine a tall being of light walking towards you. And you have a sense that you know this being, you know who this is. You have a sense that they've been waiting for you. A sense that there is a reunion of some kind. A sense that your heart is filled with love and light. Perhaps you feel lighter as you approach this being. Feel the light in all your cells. Feel yourself as you breathe in and out, absorbing the light of the angels. The angel that you have just met embraces you. You can feel the etheric wings wrapping round you. The energy touches you. The angel has a message, a gift. Open your heart to the message. You may feel or sense or hear or see momentarily, fleeting. Don't analyze, just accept. Stand in that intense light. Allow it to lift you. Allow the light to absorb anything that you are holding on to that is not wise or filled with the purest love. Let the light absorb it. And as the angel unwraps his energetic wings and stands next to you, in front of you, find yourself thinking of all the beautiful things that you have seen, the beautiful music that you have heard, the sights that have filled you with awe, the books that have inspired you. Allow yourself to see, like a beautiful film, running in front of your eyes, all the beautiful things that creation offers you. Flowers, the perfumes, the mountains, the sky, nature itself, created for us. And ask the angel, ask the being, if you wish, show me how to co-create. What do I need to do as an angel on earth, as a messenger of the light, to move forward in a way that serves the world, that serves the angelics, that serves God, and that serves my soul? Breathe in and listen with all your senses. Allow the light now to strengthen and nourish your spirit. Absorb some of the light into your cells in a way that may be healing to you, to your body. Allow the light to flow through you in a way that you may share in your own auric field. And thanking the angel that came towards you, accepting the blessing, allow that angel to step back now. Imagine the angel stepping away and watch in your mind's eye as the being fades back into and blends with the light, as you see the light in your third eye. Breathing deeply. Imagine yourself turning and walking back across the plain of grass. Breathing deeply. Bring yourself back into your chair, into your space. Into your room, into your light. Imagine that around your aura, which has expanded to fill the room now, imagine that you are bringing that back to your heart, and that there is a beautiful light barrier, a boundary of light created around you that protects you, that protects your energy, yet enables you to shine your light, which has been freshly illuminated tonight, that nourishes your soul, feeds your spirit, heals your body, connects you to the source of all pure light, the angels of creation, and the source which we call God. When you're ready, bring yourself slowly, kindly, compassionately back into this reality. Gently feeling your body on the chair, consciously aware of your feet on the ground, grounding yourself. Perhaps you may need to rub your hands together or touch your face. Bring yourself back slowly into your own space, thanking the angels as you come back into your own reality. Take a deep breath now, and as you exhale, bring yourself fully back into this space, your space. Take a deep breath. Maybe just shrug your shoulders a little, rub your hands together, wiggle your toes, be in your body, be in your body, be in your body, be in your body. Okay, now are you all with me? Are you all there? Are you all there? Are you all there? Is everybody back? Because I can't see whether your eyes are open or closed. Okay, now that was a little bit different from the usual webinars, just a little. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like the way I work, then please come along and support the workshops or the retreats. Or if you're not coming, tell people. Please go to my Facebook page and like it and share it. Because those of us who are doing this work, we really need your support. We need the support of those that we are serving. So if you feel you can help by sharing, or if you think you could let people know about my Sri Lanka retreat or Crete or any of the workshops, the course, you might have done the course yourself, please do recommend it. Because it helps us all to sow seeds. It helps us all to share the light, and it makes me feel good too. Makes me feel good too. So I love doing this work. I love it. It's my passion, and in order to help me share with more people, I need all my friends to share on my behalf too, so that that light spreads and we're all pebbles in the pond. We're all pebbles in the pond. I'm so glad. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. If you've never been here before, if you've never joined in the webinars before, tell everybody, and you know, they're usually shared the next day and they're on YouTube, and you know, let's just, if there is a spark of something that touched you or felt like it was true for you, then do help me to share. That would be lovely. Okay, so it's 3 minutes past 9. I think we started about 3 minutes past 8, so that's the perfect hour. Don't forget, everybody, that it's another full moon on the 1st, and another powerful one. Lots of sensitivity, full moon, a Pisces full moon, and we might all be feeling a bit emotional and a bit wobbly, and that's fine. You're all perfect as you are, and shine your light that you've just re-illumined, and let's just carry on carrying on and doing our bit, and together we can change the world. Okay, good night. God bless everybody. Good night, and I hope to see you again next month with the next one. Michael. Okay. Good night. Good night. Good night.